So we know exactly how much money the fighters fighting on Netflix Rousey versus Carano card made. And no, these aren't made up numbers by some random Twitter account making some graphic. These are numbers straight up from the California State Athletic Commission. By law, in California, the state has to disclose how much money the promoter is paying each fighter. Now, keep in mind, this is just base pay. The promoter could be cutting a fighter a percentage of the tickets sold, merchandise. There are many other ways fighters can make money after the event. So this is just the base pay done on the night of the fight. So Ronda Rousey led the charge here with $2.2 million. It shouldn't be a surprise. She headlined the event. Her opponent Gina Carano made about $1 million. Then Nate Diaz, who lost to Mike Perry, made $500,000, and Mike Perry himself made $400,000. Francis Ngannou made $1.5 million, and his opponent Felipe Lins made $100,000. Again, keep in mind this is just their base pay. They probably made a lot more in bonuses. Specifically, talk about Ronda, Gina, Nate Diaz, Mike Perry, and Francis Ngannou. Those were the main fighters this event was built on. Now, here's what the rest of the card made, which is basically one fight in the main card and the rest of the preliminary card. The lowest pay, even if they lost, was $40,000, which is quite a lot comparing it to the UFC, which is the big leagues. The base pay for somebody that has the lowest contract and loses in the promotion is $12,000. So it's $12,000 to show up, $12,000 extra to win. So clearly blowing it out of the park here in terms of comparison with the UFC. Now, if you want to check these individually, you can pause and check these out on the video. I have to give credit where credit is due. MVP has been very critical of the UFC and its athletes as well. Critical of the UFC pay, UFC contract. But, one thing's to criticize, another thing's to lead by example. And I think they've done it here. Obviously, these guys don't have nearly as much money as the UFC, but yet they're paying pretty decent amount compared to some other purses that we see in MMA. So all in all, this is a win for MMA. Think about it. Fighters just out of this event made, at least on what's reported, about a little bit over $6 million. I mean, that's a good amount that's being dished out to the athletes here. And who knows how much more has been paid or will be paid in bonuses. So for the sake of the sport, I hope that MVP continues promoting fights in MMA, and I hope they continue to be backed by Netflix, because this is clearly something that's very needed. And maybe they do 2-3 events a year. I don't know, but we're talking about millions and millions of dollars that are going to go back into the fighters' pockets. We'll see where this ends up going, but for what it's worth, this first event, shout out to MVP, man. They did it right.